Oh, hi, I just looked up and here you are. You're there, I'm here. It's 8:01 on the East Coast here. I'm your host, BKP. Don't take advantage of my good mood. Don't do it. I asked Josh, I've asked Sam this morning. Nothing bothers me more when people see I'm in a good mood and they try to take advantage of it. Because it could turn quick, very quick. Anyhow, I'm in a good mood, but I'm like Lindsey Graham. I've never been so pissed off. Well, I shouldn't say that. But Lindsey Graham said it. He's a senator. High integrity. I could say it too. Anyhow, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from beautiful LJ, North Georgia here. Broadcasting live from the FYN TV Tower, 14th floor. I don't know. I used to be on the 11th floor. They moved me up a couple. If you'd like to contact the show, 706-889-9700, chief@fetyournews.com. Send me those nasty messages direct. Josh has been going on YouTube and checking out all the nasties. You know, we love it. All right? Send them to me direct. There's chief@fetyournews.com. I mean, he was telling me about, and then he clicks through to check out their page. He clicks through to check out their page. And hold on, let me answer this message. Very good. It's very good. Let me see something here. I'm going to try to get somebody to call in this morning to talk about the Brian Kemp voter suppression, okay, at 8:15, or alleged voter suppression, okay, alleged. Okay, so I'm trying to get somebody to call in this morning, not Brian Kemp, but somebody else to call in. They said yes. Let me do this. Hold on. I'm going to let them call this number and see if they're good, okay? And we're going to go straight to them this morning. Okay, we're going to go straight to them this morning. Let's see what this says. Hold on, I'm trying to make sure, folks, just one more time. All right. Josh, let's take a 2-minute break so I can give you some a 30-second break. I'm sorry. The voter suppression story. Put up one of the Stacey Abrams pictures. I don't care, okay? The voter suppression story is very big in Georgia right now, and we want to get somebody right there. It was this morning. It just took place, so we want to give it to you. We got somebody calling in to talk about it, so give me just 30 seconds. Don't go nowhere. I know this sounds strange. Don't go nowhere. Give me 30 seconds, all right? All right, sorry about that, folks. I hope you're still here, but Martha Zoller is going to be calling in at 8:15. I want to talk about voter suppression, and I want to get her take on it from the Brian Kemp campaign. She formerly working with Senator David Perdue. Many know her as a radio talk show host for several years. But Martha Zoller is going to be calling in just a couple minutes, and we're going to go to card and back to her, so do not leave, okay? Now, and the reason I want to do this is because if you can call around or send around now to get people to tune in, because we have to do something now to try to combat everybody. I'm sounding the alarm. I have sounded the alarm every day here. But this is truly sounding the alarm, okay? We have 3 articles this morning. Not one article discusses protecting the integrity of the vote in the state of Georgia. Not one, okay? We have an article here from the Associated Press, October 9th, 2018. Voter rights become flashpoint in Georgia governor's election. So timing is everything. They keep timing these things. You know, the Democrats are a time release capsule, okay? You know, they didn't talk about this voter suppression, or they did, but it wasn't national news until other things got out of the way. It is so sad that the media holds things until something else gets out of the way, okay? Now, what they're trying to do is they're trying to create such a negative for Brian Kemp. They don't want President Trump to come here. Anyhow, Yahoo News from the Associated Press, they put it right up there. Voter rights become a flashpoint in Georgia's governor race. Okay, and then none other than the AJC. The AJC, 53,000 Georgia voter registration applications stalled ahead of election, okay? More than 53,000. Now, let me go with this morning. Let's just run through this, okay? I have told you in the Georgia governor's race, they're saying this morning that, let's go to, I think is it 36? So have you been able to get them in? I put these on Josh late in the show, okay? I put them late in the show because Stacey Abrams, Democrat candidate. I'm going to say it because the articles say it, because they want to put that in. Black female Democrat candidate for governor of Georgia, Stacey Abrams, just appeared on Morning Joe. And I waited to set up the show because I wanted to watch this interview at 7:45 this morning or 7:30 this morning with Morning Joe. And this is a poll they put up, NBC News Survey Monkey, Georgia race 43-43, okay? Now, let's go to number 43-43. Give me number, and there's a lot. I'm going to go through these a little later. But give me number, give me number 34. You have 34? So here is Gumby. I call him Gumby, Morning Joe Scarborough. Okay. Critics charge Georgia GOP governor candidate Brian Kemp purging voters before election. So they get Stacey Abrams on there, and Stacey Abrams is talking about, now here is the quote that scared the daylights out of me. All right? We have enough registered voters to win this election. There was not one time during this interview, okay? Not one time during this interview did they talk about the integrity of the vote, protecting your vote. Exact match. You're going to hear exact match all day long. And the Democrats are going to hide behind a hyphen, okay? A hyphen or a spelling that's incorrect. Georgia has what they call an exact match system, all right? If it does not exactly match up to the identification that you're going to use to be a voter or whatever, they kick it back or they hold it. See, Georgia actually goes through and checks your registration. Now, is it a coincidence that the big news today in Georgia is exact match, and out of the 53,000 votes, voter registrations that are on hold, are 73% black registrations. Now, we don't know how many college kids have been sent in to strong black areas where the church bus may be taking them to vote on that Sunday, and registered people. We don't know how many are accurate, valid, But the claim is 70% black registered voters. Remember Hillary Clinton's campaign, all right? Now, we're going to talk about it in a minute. You're all talking about Eric Holder saying when they go low, we kick them. We're going to play that video in a minute, okay? Now, but all of us remember kids getting paid to fill out voter registration forms and turn them in for money. Paid people to go register voters, okay? We all remember that those people would go and throw the registered Republican voters away. We have colleges everywhere and doing anything they can to register voters, whether they're out of state or not. I mean, you can get mad if you want. Now, what happens is on the exact match so many times, you know, you go up there and you move. And you get your driver's license renewed and you don't change your address. Thousands of people are driving around Georgia with inaccurate addresses on their driver's license. And when they go to vote or when they register to vote, their new address does not match up with the driver's license. So if you did not change your driver's license, if you're driving around somewhere in South Georgia and you move 3 times a year and you did not change your driver's license and your address on your driver's license, and you go to fill out a voter registration and it goes to exact match, it doesn't match up, it gets kicked back and says, hey, that's not where you live. I'm going to have Martha Zoller. I have to give her credit. You need to know we're going to take when she calls in, we're going to take not even a 15-second break, and we're going to bring her right on with us, all right? And, so don't go away. We're not going to commercial. Monday night, okay, this is another thing Stacey Abrams said. Suppress and scare, okay? Suppress and scare is what she claims Brian Kemp is trying to do. Now, the other night I told you about Monday, I went to a meeting, all right? I went to a meeting by who else? Common Cause. I went to a meeting held by Common Cause of Georgia. Common Cause is the organization that tried to get Kemp to resign as Secretary of State. That was all a layout, resign as Secretary of State because they felt it was, wrong for him to run for governor and be Secretary of State and oversee the elections in a time where he's running for the governor's office. I went the other night, Monday night. I have so much information here. I knew this was coming. I absolutely knew this was coming. Okay, when she calls in, we're going to take like 15 seconds just for me to check. We're going to talk to Martha. You're going to want to hear this because I guarantee she has better information and she understands more of what we're talking about this morning than maybe anybody in the state. I hope I don't catch her off guard. But this is election protection, okay? Gerrymander consequences, this major problem. I think I just heard the phone ring. So give me a minute. Let's make sure our guest is ready. All right, get back in 15 seconds, folks. Joining us now is Martha Zoller from the Brian Kemp campaign, Director of Outreach. Good morning, Martha. How are you?
Morning, Brian. Great to be with you.
Sorry to bother you so early, but I already know well enough this is not early for you, but sorry to bother you. I just wanted to reach out immediately to somebody in the campaign, and I felt I could get in touch with you ASAP. I just watched Stacey Abrams on Morning Joe discussing voter suppression, which we have the big story going around Georgia today about 53,000 supposedly voter registrations on held with this exact match. And I wanted to talk to somebody about it that can explain what's going on better than I can.
Well, first of all, she's wrong, okay? All 53,000 of those folks that were registered to vote that had problems with the matching different than when you buy your driver's license name has got to match the name that's on the ticket. The same thing with voting. There was a federal law that was put in place in 2007 that Georgia passed law to be.
Martha, you're breaking up bad. If you're on your cell phone, you're breaking up bad. Try that again.
Is this better?
That's better. Stay
okay,
there.
Great. Sorry. I'll stay there. Anyway, what happened was those 53,000 people will be able to vote. Their names must match, though, their DMV record. That's what the federal ID law says that was passed in 2007 by the Congress and then was complied with by the Georgia State Legislature. So these 53,000 people can vote, but they'll have to bring an ID. Stacey Abrams, what she won't tell you is that her new voter project will not use the online voting where you could match things up with the DMV record and make it very easy for these folks. She wants to use paper registrations, which, as you know, many times have inaccuracies on them. And you have to know that the person who's voting is the person that they are supposed to be. And that has been upheld by the courts. Everybody has said that there is no problem. And really, Brian, minority voting is higher than it has ever been in Georgia in the last 3 or 4 elections. Minority registration is higher than it's ever been. Brian Kemp is not suppressing anybody's vote.
Well, you know, there's a much different process with the paper registration. With the paper registration, there's a much different process of validating those than the online. If you go online and register to vote, if these 53,000 people went online and registered, they would immediately know there was a problem in the exact match. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's correct.
Right. So the paper ballots, and I do know right here in our little county here, if you go to the voters registrar's office, they will actually ask you to go online to make sure it's done and complete. But now in these, explain one more time, because that's what I was talking about before you came on, and it's kind of upsetting because she went on Morning Joe and she says this morning, and I watched the interview at 7:45, and she said, we Republicans, conservatives, or Brian Kemp's campaign, suppress and scare the voters. And there will be a court battle. Has Kemp's campaign released something on this or talked about this yet, responded?
Yes, they have. And there's a press release that's going out this morning. There's also a fact sheet that I'd be happy to send you, that I'll send you as soon as we get off of this call, so that you'll have all the facts about it. But, they've just done another case of bad reporting. I don't want to call it fake news, but what I want to call it is reporters that don't understand. They don't take the time to find out how things work. I bet she didn't say that those 53,000 people can show up anytime in the next 26 months from the time that they registered and verify their registration in Election Day. All they have to do is show up on Election Day or on an early voting day with the proper ID, and they could sort this out and would be fixed. No one's going to keep them from voting. It is just we've got to match their actual name, their legal name, with their registration to vote. And the courts repeatedly have said there is no problem with that, and that is not a suppression of voting.
Well, I know the Associated Press, and it's run like fire, and My opinion is the national media is trying to come into Georgia and be what help they can to Stacey Abrams by carrying the water, especially on MSNBC. I don't care to say it. I'll leave you out of it. The fake media there on MSNBC, which
I think Brian, the other thing is that all you got to do is look at the numbers. Look at turnout numbers, demographically over the time that Brian Kemp has been Secretary of State. There's been no suppression of vote, and it's been easier to vote, easier to register, and easier to change your registration because, as you know, living where you live, you've got a lot of people that have moved into your area over the last 10 years. It's easier than ever to change your registration. She just doesn't want to do it the easy way. She wants to have a bunch of paper ballots, a bunch of paper registration that people fill out inaccurately, and then she can have something to complain about.
Well, when people move, they're supposed to, by law, I think they have 30 days, supposedly by law, even within the state, to change the address on your driver's license. Your driver's license is supposed to reflect where you live. And all too many times, in some areas, some areas, people sometimes are forced to move 3 times a year, And if that's what happens, that's what happens. But they don't change their driver's license. They leave it alone until it runs out. It's no big deal. Why waste the time? And then it does not match up the registration that they've sent in, period. Am I right or wrong?
That's correct. You're right.
Well, I had to hear somebody talk about a hyphen. The reason, Martha, I got so frustrated. The reason between her and Joe Scarborough this morning, her reasoning was people send in and the Secretary of State misses a hyphen in the name. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. We got to clear this up. I got to get somebody on the line. And that was you, and I appreciate you very much. One more thing, Martha, because the other night, Monday night, I went to a meeting. I have to admit this on air, but I go to see what I call it the enemy. Anybody else can say whatever they want. I'm not asking you, but I always say I have to be in touch with what the other side is doing. And I went to a Common Cause meeting. And the lady at the Common Cause meeting that put the presentation on, I knew this Monday night that this was coming out, the voter suppression, because Common Cause, this is the same organization that went after Brian Kemp and tried to get him to resign as Secretary of State, claiming conflict of him being Secretary of State and overseeing elections. So we knew this was not over, and we knew they had another plan, correct?
That's absolutely right. And just on that note, elections are managed, and in some of the reporting they've actually gotten this right. Elections are managed locally. The Secretary of State collects all the votes and certifies them, but he doesn't count the votes. The Secretary of State does not count the votes. Each individual precinct counts the votes, and then it goes into the county. So there's a structure at the precinct level. There's a structure at the county level. There's a structure at the state level. And that's why you can't fix these elections, okay, because there are a lot of checks and balances along the way. It's the same thing as the reason why you can't really hack a U.S. election, okay, because of the fact you've got all the way down to the precinct level to the national level, and I guess maybe it would be possible, but you'd have so many pieces that you'd have to intervene in that it would be very difficult. And I think the founders were brilliant by putting it together that way.
As director of organization for the campaign, before we go, let me switch gears. What exactly are you doing throughout the state right now in the campaign, and what do you guys have happening?
Yeah, I'm speaking on behalf of Brian. As you can imagine, he's very busy, so I'm speaking on behalf of him when he can't be there. I'm also working with coalitions like Women for Kemp and our outreach, and we're basically dialing and door knocking and getting the vote out at this point in time. There's going to be 2 new ads coming out for Brian that I think you're going to love because they talk about what he's going to do for Georgia in his own words, as opposed to just attacking somebody else. And I think you can see kind of where things are going by who's attacking and who's talking about the future.
Republican Coalition for Women for Brian Kemp. Why have you? I didn't give you a time limit, but I know you're busy. You got a busy schedule. But one more thing. Let's back up just a couple days as Coalition for Brian Kemp Women. The Brett Kavanaugh, how is that? How do you see women receiving that? Has it shifted left? Has it shifted right? Do you see votes going Stacey Abrams' way, or or into the Kemp column? What do you see there?
We're actually seeing it move more to the right. I mean, even among independents and females that are independent as well as undeclared. I think most people looked at that and saw that it was a terrible thing, and really in the long run, Senator Feinstein is going to have to answer for the fact that she could have included Senator Grassley from the beginning, and they could have looked at this privately. I really think, and I think a lot of women agree with me, is that not only was Brett Kavanaugh treated terribly, but Christine Blasey Ford was treated terribly also, and that she, she seemed to not know that she could have done this in private. And maybe she was acting, I don't know. I've never met the woman before, but she seemed to me to not know that she could have done this in a private way and not in a public way. And really, in the long run, Dianne Feinstein's going to have to answer for that.
Yeah, I thought watching every single minute of it, didn't miss a minute, I thought, Dr. Ford, you just learned that these people hung you out to dry in front of the American people, where you could have, told your story and not been, as put on the stand in front of America behind closed doors in a more comfortable atmosphere. I thought that was just amazing to treat somebody that bad, regardless of how I feel personally about the whole situation with this, nomination and how the system worked there for Brett Kavanaugh, the hearings. I thought that was just despicable to treat that lady that way when she could have done this behind closed doors in a very comfortable setting. So I agree. Well, Martha, I thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. And I'll wait for the press release from Kemp. And I just wanted to get in touch with somebody. I was so aggravated this morning watching the national media trying to help carry the water for Stacey Abrams here in Georgia with voter suppression. And not one word in the interview. Later today you might hear about it. But not one word, Martha, in the interview about protecting the vote. Never about protecting the vote when it comes to Democrats.
Thank you very much, Brian. I'll send that to you right away. Thank you.
You have a nice day. Now, that's Martha Zoller, Director of Outreach for the Brian Kemp campaign. And the reason I went immediately, folks, is because for the next every day until this election takes place, I will preempt the show whenever I have to stay focused on what's important. Yes, it is important to talk about Rod Rosenstein is canceling his Rod Rosenstein is canceling his hearing up at the House or whatever, his appearance. It's important to talk about the UN. There's so many things that are important, but I will preempt the show for right now all the way to election. And then if I have to come online and do special clips, no matter what time it is, during the day, we'll do what we have to do. And this morning put Gumby and Stacey Abrams back up. Morning Joe, we're going to go more into this afterwards. I don't know what number, 34 I think it is. Here it is. I told you. I'm not going to spend the next 26 days or whatever doing I told you so. But I knew this was a national race early on. All right? And I waited. When they said 6 a.m. that they were going to have Stacey Abrams, I said I didn't care. I wasn't going to miss it. Not one word about protecting our vote. This is getting... Now, the interesting thing, I'll tell you how the lying, fake media, right after this, I'm going to tell you how they led up to this interview. They're misleading the American people, the voters of Georgia. This is disgusting what MSNBC can do under the umbrella of the First Amendment freedom of speech. Okay, so I'm not going to... Let's take a break. I'll be back. I'm your host, BKP. We're going to stay on this. And I told you Monday, I went to these meetings with Common Cause. If you're retired, I say it like that. If you're retired... if you've got 30 minutes a day in this busy world, you have to be on the phones. You can call the Kemp campaign and you can get on a phone bank right at your house. Okay? In fact, we'll help you figure it out. If you want to call me, 706-889-9700, we'll help you figure it out. If you got an hour a day that you can slice out, I know it's a busy time, but you will not know, you just are not, how do I put this? I'm not upset with you, the viewers, but to get you to be very clear on what the ramifications of Stacey Abrams being governor of Georgia is for America. America. That's right. We'll take a break. I'll be right back.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia: LJ, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
The model year in clearance rolls on at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, and the discounts on 2018 Chevys are huge. Forget MSRP on America's pickup truck. Save over $13,000 off Silverado Crew Cab LT. Forget MSRP on America's muscle car. Save over $7,000 off Camaro. The model year and discounts are huge, but the
We're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Is it too early? You know those jokes you tell and you say, is it too early? Well, the Stormy Daniels hit the panhandle and Hurricane Michael Avenatti is wreaking havoc all through Georgia. Was that too early? I'm sorry. Stormy and Michael, it's Hurricane Michael is, and the serious side, really wreaked havoc on our panhandle coming up through Georgia, dumping rain. It's raining here in North Georgia. And I think at this time we have two. Now, we're not changing the subject, Josh, but I do want to put something up. Right now we have 2 deaths related to the hurricane that I understand. But this is funny for me. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry, kid. All right. Now, I'm going to show you 2 pictures. And this cracks me up because here's my opinion, all right? And we'll get into the weather in a minute, all right? And these cycles and global warming. We'll talk about that maybe at the end of the show, all right? We're going to get back to Stacey Abrams. But give me number 17, okay? Now, this is MSNBC this morning, number 17, okay? Now, what you can see is a guy grabbing another guy and trying to get him to safety. Let me explain that if it doesn't. Let's go to 18, okay? Should have went to 18. So this guy, the guy in the yellow is with MSNBC. That's the guy is with MSNBC. Hurricane Michael leaving path of destruction in Florida, all right? Now, that's the first one. This guy grabs this guy with MSNBC because he's getting ready to, go off in the ocean or something, get blown away. He probably, needs a sandwich and weighs 98 pounds, but he's got a microphone bigger than him. So the one guy in the yellow is MSNBC. Now, let's go back to 17, all right? And 17 is where the guy on the right gets this guy to a pole that he can hang on to so he doesn't get blown away. Now, one guess, Josh, who the guy is on the right that saves this little weasel guy from MSNBC. One guess. It's Jim Cantore. That's our man, Jim. Jim Cantore, a professional in the weather business, has to save the little guy, the little reporter guy from MSNBC from blowing away in the wind. Oh, I thought it was priceless. Actually, it's a video. You can see the video of Jim Cantore saving this guy because he's trying to do a report. Oh, it's hilarious. But I thought to myself, this was accurate for what I'm saying. Look, MSNBC, NBC, ABC, Fox News, all of you, CNN, that are, down there in the storm, looking for devastation to report, leave it it to like the Weather Channel. Leave it to the professionals. Get out of there. I mean, we feel bad a tree fell on somebody's house, but realistically, we do not need to know that tree fell on the house. You always make, the media makes more out of this, and I know I'm getting attacked right now out there for being insensitive, and I'm not. I'm thinking let the professionals go report on the weather for us there, what is happening, and the track of the storm, and the rest of you people that are down there trying to sensationalize it, make it political, go home, and I'll explain that later. All right, well, listen, let's get to right here. Let's go to number 19. Let's just show 19. Quick reminder of Stacey Abrams and her alliances. From Barack Obama to Eric Holder. We'll talk about that. To Hillary Clinton. To Elizabeth Warren. Okay. Remember, Barack Obama's first endorsement list right on the top was Stacey Abrams. Should we do like the media, first possible black Democrat candidate for governor of Georgia? Okay, all right, and then let's go to number 22. There's Eric Holder. We'll play that video. That is exactly who is endorsing Stacey Abrams. But I want to get up to this story this morning about voter suppression. And what I want to do is I want you to look, because I was told that I'm watching TV this morning in the background, MSNBC, and they said they were going to have Stacey Abrams on and this blockbuster story of suppressing vote. Let's go to 30, okay? Now, the subject this morning is voter suppression, all right? So they're trying to make a big deal. More than 53,000 voter registration applications are sitting on hold with Georgia Secretary of State Brian Kemp's office. Let's set it up. Brian Kemp is Secretary of State, oversees elections in Georgia, okay? But every county in Georgia has their own. Elections go through your probate judge that handles elections for your county, or a board of elections, whichever one. All right? So they have what's called, Georgia has exact match, okay? It's been upheld by the federal government. It's been upheld by the federal courts, exact match. They've tried to sue over exact match, and it's been upheld in court already, okay? Now, Marsha Appling Nuance was showing the college students. She teaches how to check online to see if their registration to vote, when she made a troubling discovery. Despite being an active Georgia voter who had cast ballots in recent election, she was no longer registered. I was kind of shocked, she said, who moved from the Atlanta suburb to another in May and believed she had successfully changed her address on the voter rolls. That's a lie. Now, I don't know. I'm alleging it's a lie. I'm alleging she's not telling the truth. I'm alleging Democrats will lie to create a story. I'm alleging fresh in my brain where Democrats will do whatever they have to do to blow up a story, lie, cheat, steal. I sure hope not kill. We'll get to the Hillary Clinton. That reminds me, we'll get to the Hillary Clinton story later. But I believe it's a lie right there. Because listen to this, okay? Now, would a Democrat... First of all, we know she's teaching in a college. What's the chances it's a Republican, right? And she's showing the kids. There's another chance. And maybe she knows her registration's not accurate. Just saying. I was kind of shocked, said Appleton Nuance, who moved from Atlanta suburb to another in May and believed. She didn't know for sure, believed she had successfully changed her address on the voter rolls. Did I change my address? Did I go in and change my driver's license? Did I change my address on the voter roll? not knowing that it would then signal that it did not match my driver's license, which I did not change. I'm like all the legislators. We need an investigation. We need an investigation. So she thought, now stay with me, because this is national. My God, they're doing anything to create hubbub. And then Stacey Abrams says, well, it's a hyphen in a name. No, it's not a hyphen in a name. Okay? It's not just a hyphen in a name. So one more time, be redundant. I know how mad you get, but May, that she moved and believed she had successfully changed her address on her voter rolls. Now, if you move in the state of Georgia, I'm not going to tell you what it says. I don't want you damn liberal wackos looking me up, because you probably are already. Okay, this is my driver's license. Do not zoom in when into black, okay? And it says where I live. And I will look at you this morning and tell you that my driver's license matches identically to my voter registration, period. Exact, keyword, exact. I'm not supposed to tap on the table, get mad. I got to get one of them hanger microphones, then I can tap on the table all I want. All right, so anyhow, exact match. Now, I want to know if this professor or this teacher that's talking to these liberal brains of mush here, this liberal teacher, is trying to, is actually had a driver's license identical to the voter registration. Maybe she didn't change her driver's license. But here's where it gets. She tried to register, but with about a month left before November election that will decide the governor's race and some competitive U.S. House races, Appling Nuance application is one of the 53,000 sitting on hold with the Georgia Secretary of State. Okay, now let's get down here. Kemp, who is a Republican candidate for governor, is in charge of elections and voter registration in Georgia. His Democrat opponent, former state representative Stacey Abrams, and voting rights advocate group charged that Kemp is systematically using his office to suppress votes and tilt the election, and that his policies disproportionately affect black and minority voters. Now, we got to dig into this, right? I mean, in a recent television appearance on the Comedy Central, The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, Abrams called Kemp a remarkable architect of voter suppression. I want to get to the one point. An analyst of the records obtained by Associated Press reveals racial disparity in progress. Racial disparity in progress. Now, wait a minute, because this is good. This is really good. Racial disparity in progress, okay? And Georgia's population is approximately 32% black. According to a U.S. Census for the black U.S. Census, but the list of voter registrations on hold with Kemp's office is 70% black. Dun, dun, dun. There we have it. Really? Really? Democrats wouldn't lie. This professor at the top, when she was talking to her heads of mush in the college campus room, all right, on the college campus, this teacher may be showing her students, her voter registration and being shocked and alarmed. No, they would never set anything up like this. And they would never go to the deepest areas in Georgia, in South Georgia, that have the largest black population in the state and do handwritten voter registrations. You see, if you go online, now there'll be an argument, well, these are poor black people in Georgia and you're trying to suppress their vote. I heard a speech Monday night that that we were to do anything to make it as simple as can be for people to exercise their right to vote, and that was the intent of the Founding Fathers. All right, so I can get into that later. But my problem is they've gone to the center depths of the state in the darkest in the center, in the of the state, in the South, and South Georgia, to register people to vote. Okay, they register them by handwritten, and those people could go online, and you would know there was an exact match. Okay, exact match immediately online. They are dirty, they lie, they cheat, they steal, and we have proof of it. Okay? So let me just give you a little timeline before I grab another break here on MSNBC this morning, just to show you, not to show you I watched a TV show, but just how they lay it out, and they try to control the message and try to manipulate the lies to the people that don't pay attention. Okay? Now, before we get into that, during the break, we were talking about voter suppression, okay? And we were talking about registered voters or registrations being held. And Josh shared with me, okay? Josh shared with me a time when his registration was suppressed, if you'll call it that. But he's going to explain to me, Josh, when you turned 18 and you registered to vote, why your registration was held up. The story you told me.
So I have two middle names, and when I filled out my application, I wrote them both out fully on there. But on my driver's license, there's only an initial for the second middle name. So there was a discrepancy between my government-issued ID and what I filled out, so it put a slight hold on it.
So your government-issued ID and what you filled out, there was a discrepancy, right?
Yes.
And you put a hold on it. They put a hold on it,
yes,
right?
Yes, they put a hold on it until I corrected it.
But you were still able to vote?
Yes, I voted. My first election was 10 years ago in the Obama-McCain election.
Okay, but when you went to vote, is that when you found out that you weren't registered? When did you find out you actually were not registered to vote?
It was beforehand, a little bit beforehand. They sent out, I didn't get a card, so I checked in on it, and that's how I found out.
Okay, wait a minute. So when you filled out your voter registration, right?
Mm-hmm.
You did not receive a voter ID card or whatever, right?
Correct.
So you wanted to call and check on it?
Yes.
So you called and checked on it, and they said what?
That's when they told me that it had been held because there was a discrepancy in the information, and if I would provide my ID and the correct info, that it would get pushed through.
So when you did, so they explained very clearly what you needed to do, what the problem was with your registration, right?
Yes.
And if you cleared that up, they would take care of it, and they did, and you got to vote?
Yep, no problem.
No problem. I'm going to take a break on that. And we'll come back, and I want to go through this. We're not done, because what have I told you? You're so tired of it, you can repeat it. Don't say you can't repeat it. So goes Georgia. So goes the country. I'm telling you, you got to listen. So we're going to stay on this a little longer. We'll be back right after these messages. I'm your host, BKP. Don't leave us here at the top of the hour. I got to prepare some stuff, and we got to talk, folks, because it's election time, and there's no sleep. No sleep. Don't even think about it. I'll be back after these messages.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Elijah next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Elijah next to Walmart.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia: Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
I am running because, like you, I was frustrated with my voice being lost on misguided priorities, on our community's priorities ignored by both parties. My so-called representative speaks for Atlanta money. I want something different. I am Rick Day, and this is why I want to be your state representative in the 7th District of Georgia. My parents were working people. We lived in working neighborhoods where we played, studied, struggled, and pulled together. Community is a value I hold close. Our past prepares us for our future. Yet we get stuck in the problems of the present and forget about our future generations. I want something different. A legislative focus on the future, solutions for our district. But how do we pay for these things? No one likes taxes. There's a better way than taxpayers' wallets. Start with putting hemp back in Hemptown. How would you like a 50% property tax cut? Or sales tax reduction? Education fully funded? Taxes can be cut when finding new sources of revenue. Think Napa Valley, a regional marketplace for hemp and cannabis. New sources of revenue will increase well-paying jobs in North Georgia. But we have a problem. My opponent is in cahoots with Big Pharma, for-profit prisons, and alcohol and tobacco lobbyists. Why do they fight this? Because by 2022, legal cannabis revenue in the United States market is projected to hit $25 billion. Some say that's low. Ralston is 10 years behind the rest of us on this issue. Ralston is the problem. We need new solutions, not old stereotypes. Cannabis has been linked to shrinking tumors, reducing Alzheimer's impact, and helping people quit addictions. We need a new agenda. Even our president agrees the incumbent is wrong. Sad. Speaking of medicine, micro-hospitals are Band-Aids on tumors. We deserve better health care than what the GOP has allowed. I will help fix health care. To everything, there is a season. Ask David why he was for term limits, but now he's not. What good has our conservative-turned-career corporate incumbent Fat Cat done for us? You should call and ask the incumbent why he won't bring home some of that corporate bacon he's serving up down in Atlanta. 22 years in politics changes a person for the worse. The problem is not government, it's governance, the people running it. We deserve better. We deserve something different. For the first time in decades, you now have a choice. Even Republicans agree my opponent is the elite of the political elite and has taken us for granted. Everything he allowed to pass this year is too little. Election season window dressing. Corporate donors control the state agenda through paid-off servants. I have pledged not to take dark money, only individuals, contributions, and your vote. I am no politician and no fan of Clinton or Pelosi. I'm too old for a career in politics. But I will bring a business experience and common sense that's lacking today. We are all disgusted and alarmed over legislative ethics, and I will address them. But no doubt, my focus will be to flip the marijuana money flowing from the black market to the farmer's market. Finally, remember, ballots are secret. So on November 6th, if you vote day, only you will know you want a better way. I am Rick Day, and I approve this message to ask for your vote on November 6th to be your representative in the 7th State District.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
The model year in clearance rolls on at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, and the discounts on 2018 Chevys are huge. Forget MSRP on America's pickup truck. Save over $13,000 off Silverado Crew Cab LT. Forget MSRP on America's muscle car. Save over $7,000 off Camaro. The model year and discounts are huge, but the
We're back, folks. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. First, let me apologize, Carla's Corner. Today, I don't know how they're doing it down there, pouring rain, but today is Apple Festival setup day. So Carla had to go down and set up for the Apple Festival. That's why there was no Carla's Corner this morning. We apologize for not letting you know, but it's Apple Festival setup day. Now, during the time, I don't know if, during the time that Michael is going on right now in the devastation, if it's appropriate for me to announce this, but it looks as though it's going to be an absolutely beautiful weekend as this storm passes through for Apple Festival here in Georgia. Now, I know you are interested in me going, you want to talk about, because the networks are talking about how inappropriate it is for Trump to do a campaign rally in Pennsylvania while a devastating storm goes through Florida. I know that. You want to talk about the UN. You want to talk about the stock market dropping 800 points yesterday. All of those seem to be very important things to the mainstream media that has you glued to the TV with the next sensationalized story. We're going to stay focused. I know for me, it sounds strange, but I've not lost my direction. Now, from show to show, I may lose the direction every once in a while, having a little fun, get sidetracked, but our main direction has never changed of giving information. That's why I'm sorry to say it, and it sounds arrogant. This is a great show. I understand. So, oh my God, well, I'm the only one doing the show, so what are you saying? We work hard here. I mean, the staff here works hard. They put up stuff. They look for pictures for me. They look for things for me. They help me every morning. This is a good show. Now, let's go to that one graphic I asked you to just find here. Okay, that is the National Democrat Redistricting Committee. Is that what that says, Josh? Because I don't have my glasses. Okay, so that's the National Democrat Redistricting Committee. Okay? Now, if you're new to the show, well, let me show you first who the National Democrat Redistricting Committee is, because if you're not new to the show, you are so tired of seeing that graphic and me yelling, watch out, here they come. But yesterday it made the big news all around, but it's been news here every day. Let's go to that video I sent you this morning, Josh.
They have used the power that they have gotten for all the wrong things. They want to keep themselves in power. They want to cater to the special interests. It is time for us as Democrats to be as tough as they are, to be as dedicated as they are, to be as committed as they are. Michelle always says, Michelle Obama, I love her, she and my wife like really tight, which always scares me and Barack. But Michelle always says that, when they go low, we go high. No. When they go low, we kick them. That's what this new Democratic Party is about. We're proud as hell to be Democrats. We're willing to fight for the ideals of the Democratic Party. We're proud of our history. We're proud of our present. And we're proud of the future that we can create for this country. And we're not in this just to make a statement. We're in this to win.
Yeah. We are in this to win at all costs. Lying, cheating, stealing. I hope nobody gets killed. I'm serious. We're here to win at all costs. I have been yelling in a megaphone about the NDRC, the National Democrat Redistricting Committee, who is joined by, the OFA, Americans for Action, Obama and Eric Holder. Eric Holder's the chairman of that. Now, I have told you it's like is it called epiphany or whatever the hell you use? It's like oh my God, look what Eric's doing. No, Eric left the White House. They've had a plan. If you were caught off by this video, now this is what it really looks like inside a Democrat radical attack training, do what you have to do meeting. Every time you hear that these are paid protesters, every time you hear that this is a laid out methodical plan and the DNC is behind it, It's all true. They have meetings like this on how to attack you, how to do what they have to do. We kick them. We need to do anything. They want to keep control. Eric Holder, and I'll make it brief so I'm not preaching to the choir, but Eric Holder left, gave it to Loretta Lynch. Oh, there's a story in itself. 2 years before Barack Obama left. Why? To set things up, to move forward. They knew. Go back and look at Eric Holder when he said Barack. Go Google this. It'll make your day. Google when Eric Holder said Barack was going to get back into politics, that Barack was going to get back on. Oh, it's a long time ago. We played it here. Eric Holder told us Barack was coming back in. And then just 2 weeks ago, well, in an unusual turn of events, a former president usually does not get involved in campaign like this. No, Eric Holder told you 2 years ago Barack was coming back in immediately with Trump, right? Go Google it. But Eric Holder there, we kicked them. So let me tell you, they are pushing through Georgia. They want the redistricting bad. Now, I don't have time to read the article, but Democrats aim for big gains in state legislatures. That's at 6 a.m. this morning by Reed Wilson on the Hill. They are working to do anything to try to regain state houses. I told you yesterday, I know folks are tired of hearing it, but I told you, Republicans do not have the supermajority needed in the state legislature of Georgia to override a governor's veto. And they may take a couple more seats in Georgia. Well, I told you yesterday, if anybody tells you, well, if Stacey Abrams was, if your resolve is, if you're content with, if you're even talking in a circle this way, you are so wrong. I mean, you are completely wrong no matter how mad you are. If anybody is talking and says, well, if Stacey Abrams becomes governor, Republicans still hold the House and the Senate in the state of Georgia. Big mistake. Because guess what? Republicans can only send, you're going to have the same crossover day. All right, that's when the state Senate's legislation, okay, that's when the state Senate's legislation goes over to the House and vice versa. It's crossover. And then you're going to have sine die, right? It's got to be done that night or by midnight by the Georgia State Constitution, or it's over. You're going to have all that, right? It'll still be the same, and Republicans will hold both houses, right? Wrong. Guess what? The governor of Georgia sends down the agenda they would like to accomplish in the legislative session. Now the Senate and the House, being both Republicans, already know that their hands are tied, that if they say no, completely no, they don't compromise, they don't work with this governor in any way, whatever they send gets vetoed. Okay? And then voters, not paying any attention, don't know how things work, I know I'm getting in trouble, say, well, Stacey Abrams vetoed it. Why don't you override her veto? Because we don't have a supermajority. We can't override the governor's veto because we don't have, a supermajority. What's that? We're telling you now. All right, anyhow, there's several takeaways in that. All right? Not we will kick them. When they're low, we will kick them. Because we know that. The New Democrat Party, did you hear that in there? The New Democrat Party? That is the socialist Democrats. They are all socialist. If they do not campaign like socialists, they will beat into submission if they are elected and get lockstep with the New Democrat Party. So if you're out there and you've always been a Democrat. Let's say you're 60 and older. Let's just go there. All right? Keep in mind, you're making a decision if you want to follow what they call the New Democrat Party. The lowest of the low, the liars, they will be in charge. Now, a couple things here. I want to do just for quickly, let's go back to number 30. That's Eric Holder. And they're in Georgia fighting, with Obama fighting, okay? Number 30. So Stacey Abrams comes on. That's the black female Democrat candidate for governor. God knows everybody knows that now. So there's number 30. She comes on. Here's number 32. Democrat nominee for Georgia Governor Stacey Abrams joins Morning Joe. Gumby, a.k.a. Gumby there. Okay, let's go to 33. NBC, suppression. Critics charge Georgia GOP governor candidate purging votes before election. Okay. Let's go to 34. There's Joe. And the reason I do this, you may say, well, you just showed that picture. But they change the banner underneath. They keep the subliminal going. Oh, these are dirty, nasty, no good. This media is no good. They are the enemy of the people. I will say that with the President of the United States. Some out there, candidates maybe can't say it, don't feel comfortable, you get nervous. But let me tell you, they are the enemy of the people because they brought a side, but they did not bring the truth. Good reporting would have said, well, you know, Miss Abrams, what about your critics that say this and make her answer? Oh, no, they don't do that. Critics charge, as number 34, critics charge Georgia governor candidate Brian Kemp purging voters before election. Okay? Setting it up. They're setting it up. I told you a long time ago, the national media will get in this election, and it's almost going to get daily now. They're setting up the lawsuit right now. I just want to show, here's Willie, little Willie, all right, Democrat nominee for Georgia Governor Stacey Abrams joins Morning Joe. Little Willie got to ask her questions. And let's go to number 36. 36 is where they showed the poll now, statistically tied, 43-43. And let's go to 37, where the WXIA TV Survey USA poll showed Kemp up by 2. Then let's go to number 38. I'm just giving you a timeline of the show, and then we're going to break down the truth. We're going to get to Brian Kemp's statement and points of the truth here. Democrat Stacey Abrams aims to become country's first black female governor, right? Put that right under there, okay. Go, Stacey, go, right? And here is, I forget her name, one of the lefties they have on the show here. Critics charge Georgia. I'm just showing you, let's go to number 39. Was that 39? I can't say it. Okay. I'm just showing you that everybody took their turn. Then they went back to little Willie, number 40. Okay. And that is basically Morning Joe, Stacey Abrams, and suppressing black vote in Georgia. I remind you one more time, I know this issue. Oh, gosh. I told you I was in a good mood, but I didn't know good mood would just bring my arrogance all the way to the top. But I'm going to go with it. I probably know as much about this as anyone in North Georgia. I would challenge any Democrat to come talk to me about this because I would love to talk to you. But the Democrat won't come talk to me. Trust me. Trust me. I know it. Because the minute you ask the kind of questions that need to be asked, they start getting angry. They're an angry mob. They're angry people. They get angry. They don't like the facts. As soon as you start talking the facts, I will tell you what, I like the people. Hey, I don't want to argue or fight with you, but I did a little focus group over here with 12 Democrats, and as soon as I started just treading on the facts of the Christine Blasey Ford case accusation of alleged sexual assault of Brett Kavanaugh, all right, as soon as I started treading on the facts, if you will watch that, somebody called me, not changing gears, somebody called me and said, why did you even talk to those people? I said, it's 45 minutes. Somebody said, I watched 10 minutes and turned it off. I said, that's where the hell you people get it wrong. Learn. You know, I'm not a teacher or anything, and I'm not saying that because I'm like, you know, I'm not don't know how that sounds, but I try to bring as much stuff to kindly open people's eyes to what Eric Holder says. Watch that 45 minutes and watch as I let them make their case, and then I turn it. Watch where I turn it, and I start asking them some, just some facts that are out there, and watch them turn and get a little upset with me. Anyhow, going back, there you go, leave that up. Let's go to one with Gumby. It's better to tell the story with Gumby up there. Joe Scarborough. So let's get to the voter points here that I want to make sure of, okay? This is the claim. The claim is that Brian Kemp is blocking 53,000 voter registrations in Georgia. Abrams is lying, flat out lying to the voters in Georgia. Stacey Abrams and her left-wing friends in the media are lying to voters. There are 53,000 voter registrations pending in the Secretary of State's office, but each one of these new applicants can vote in November's general election. It won't stop them from voting. If they have applied and they're in there, okay, and they provide the proper identification, they can go vote. The 53,000 voter registrations were flagged because of what's called the New Georgia Project. Canvassers who submitted the applications. Now keep in mind, it's the New Georgia Project canvassers who submitted the applications. Now I told you when I begun the show, remember Josh, I told you it's not beyond Democrats. We've never seen these organizations do any canvassing and phony voter registrations. We've never seen it. Now pay attention, the 53,000 registered voters are flagged because of the New Georgia Project. You look up the New Georgia Project, the NGP canvassers who submitted the applications care more about the money than accuracy. They get paid. You understand, the New Georgia Project canvassers, they get paid to fill out these applications. That's why they're not done online. If they're done online, I want this to get out. I'm begging you to call people and tell people the truth about this. If a Georgia voter application is done online, okay? And this is why Voter Motor is screwed up on applications. If the Georgia application is done online, it will immediately tell you that it's inaccurate. Exact information is not duplicated and you need more information. But no, these are handwritten by the Georgia, don't forget, the New Georgia Project, which canvass, and these people get paid to fill these out. The New Georgia Project refuses to use the online voter registration. They will not. The New Georgia Project will not use the online voter registration. In fact, 17 of the New Georgia Project canvassers are under investigation by attorney Chris Carr. These people are under investigation. Did Joe say that this morning? Did Gumby take a minute and say, but Stacey Abrams? See, this is why the hell it's fake news. This is why the hell we have to do this. And your ass better be paying attention right now. Because I watched the 15 minutes. I watched it. Did real journalism would have talked to that candidate this morning and said, hey, can you explain the New Georgia Project? Could you tell us, is it true? They would have looked at Stacey Abrams and say, are you the one that started the New Georgia Project? Are you the one? Who is paying these canvassers to write out these voter registration forms? Who? Okay, why will you not use the online registration? Why will the New Georgia Project not use the online registration process to put them up? Huh? Why not? And are you aware, Miss Abrams, that 17 of the New Georgia Project canvassers are under investigation by the Attorney General of the state of Georgia? No, there's no journalism here. There's manipulation. There's the MSN and all of them are trying to manipulate and change the outcome of elections. I'm not surprised every damn one of them aren't Russians, because that's all I heard is Russia tried to manipulate the election, how to change the outcome of the election. And we've spent millions of dollars as taxpayers investigating that. But no, we never take a hard look at people on the left like this, MSNBC and CNN trying to manipulate and not tell the truth to the voters. Fake news. You know what the hell cracks me up here is they went on, right? They go crazy. Oh, Facebook, all these fake stories went up on Facebook and went up on Facebook before the election and targeted Michigan and targeted Pennsylvania, and they were fake stories. Well, what the hell's the difference of a Russian going on Facebook and targeting a state or targeting a district and putting up fake stories than Gumby over here on MSNBC and Facelift Minka? What's the difference in those two and their gang of crooks, criminals and thieves? Allegedly, I can't call them that. That would be wrong. But you could call them that right at home in your own chair. I'm just saying allegedly, okay? What is to say, what is the difference of them sitting at home and lying and lying and lying to manipulate the outcome of the district? I mean, nobody talks about these facts. Well, I guess I am. All right, so the New Georgia Project. In fact, 17 canvassers are under investigation by Attorney General. Stacey Abrams, who voted against online voter registration, she founded the New Georgia Project. She founded it. Look, you go on this morning, you're an unsuspecting white person. I had to put it that way because, damn it, everything's black and white and young and old and white women and white suburban women and Latinos. Oh, my God. I mean, come on. I mean, why the hell? But if you're an unsuspecting white person out there, because you know what gets me? Oh, my God. I'm in a great mood, by the way. You know what gets me is you know what? Yesterday, what blew me away is the post that I saw on Facebook, social media, was by a college kid, well, no longer a college kid, that I know very well, that shocked me that the individual shared the Associated Press's article and was very pro Stacey Abrams in saying, look, they're trying to suppress vote, and does it shock you? It's black vote. And I was blown away that this kid here put that up. So if you're an unsuspecting white person in North Georgia or wherever you may be, I got to write that down. Unsuspecting white person. I got to write that down. I got to put that. Hold on. Now, you know me. I've been making notes because I tell you what, there's another one I got on here. Let's see. Unsuspecting white person. Where did I get that at the other day? I put that down. Where's it at? Okay, maybe I can't find it now. But I said unsuspecting white person. Okay. Anyhow. So, Stacey Abrams created the problem on first. And the media know it. She created Georgia. She created the Georgia. She created the New Georgia Project. Abrams created this problem, and now she's using it to her benefit. She created this on purpose. Abrams is she's trying to outrage. She's trying to create this outrage, okay, to motivate her base and supporters. She's using fear tactics to fundraise and get out the vote. Thanks to Brian Kemp. Thanks to Brian Kemp, it's never been easier to vote in Georgia. On Wednesday, the voter rolls swelled to nearly 7 million, an all-new record. Clearly, the Kemp campaign is up against a well-funded political machine, and we've got to push back against Stacey Abrams' extreme agenda. They will do anything. Not one mention. Josh, I'm going to take a break, and when I take a break, I want you to pull up for me and try to, I'll pull it up, but I want you to try to find a logo or something we can put up for the, what did I call it, the New Georgia Project. I'm going to take a break, but these canvassers are paid, and they will only do paper registrations. Exactly. And then they turn them in and they get their money. Accuracy is not important to them. They get their money for how many they turn in. And then the Stacey Abrams created agency there, voter registration agency, turns them into Brian Kemp's office and then turns around and screams 53,000 are on hold without telling the voters of Georgia that this project alone has 17 canvassers under state investigation right now. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be right back.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia, LJ, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
The model year year-end clearance rolls on at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, and the discounts on 2018 Chevys are huge. Forget MSRP on America's pickup truck. Save over $13,000 off Silverado Crew Cab LT. Forget MSRP on America's muscle car. Save over $7,000 off Camaro. The model year-end discounts are huge, but the
All right, folks, we're not finished. We're not finished. Now, Josh and I are doing some research. We're on the fly here because we want to get the information out. I've been telling you about these things for a long time. And I will tell you this. This is my promise to you. I need the research team out there, so you guys get your asses to work, okay? So if you find out anything, you get it in here to me, okay? I had a member of the research team, in fact, a gold star member of the research team, send me information to where I was able to check something out, and I went to a meeting. You guys are awesome. Well, some of you. There's a couple still in question. Anyhow, 706-889-9700 or chief@fetyournews.com. I am telling you right now, you have no choice but to get the research going, get me the information, make the phone call, see how you can get involved to stop this corruption that is going on, that the media will not expose. We are here to expose it. You can make fun of me, you can laugh at me, you can laugh at my, the way I come across, whatever, my delivery, okay? You could sit and say, well, he is so grammatically backwards, I can't even bear to watch. But I'll tell you what, Morning Joe with his Gumby haircut is not telling you about the New Georgia Project, which Stacey Abrams created, which they're helping sell the Kool-Aid. All right, New Georgia Project, you got a logo there? Now, we're going to tell you this, because it's important to do it today. We preempted some other stuff because as soon as this article came out, when I went Monday to this meeting, Common Cause, and I started hearing voter suppression, I mean, I have a friend that went with me to the meeting, and this person will tell you that we heard voter suppression 92 times. That's not a joke. I mean, if we start counting them, and I videoed it, I'm going to be putting it up. I videoed the whole presentation. You're going to see Monday where we already knew in advance here, everywhere they're going. So the New Georgia Project, which is a total scam that Stacey Abrams has put together. The New Georgia Project is a nonpartisan effort to register and civically engage these Georgians. Bull! Stacey Abrams created this. The New Georgia population is growing. Let's see, it's growing and increasingly diverse. Over the past decade, the population of Georgia has increased 18%. The new American majority, people of color, those 18 to 29 years of age, and unmarried women, is significantly part of the growth. We're going to focus on certain people, okay? The white people, white males in North Georgia, we're not asking you to register to vote. The new American majority makes up 62% of the voting age in Georgia, but they're only 53% registered to vote. In 2014, the New Georgia Project launched an ambitious voter registration program, resulting in roughly 69,000 new voters making the rolls. That work continues today with the New Georgia Project's field team canvassers, targeting the remaining 700,000 and unregistered citizens of color. Okay, now roll the tape for us. This is from their website.
And I come to ask you to go all out. Just see what a power you can be. Let us march on ballot boxes. And that is to go out to vote. For this is the way we are going to straighten up the South and the nation. Let us march on ballot boxes till men and women will no longer walk the streets in search for jobs that do not exist. Walk together, children. Don't you get weary. One day, Georgia will be a better state.
This is our Georgia, where the ordinary accomplished the extraordinary, and a new American story was written. This is our Georgia. We don't wait for change. We are the change. We keep climbing to the mountaintop and always set another seat at the table of brotherhood. This is our Georgia. We honor the sacrifices of the past, carry their work forward, because democracy doesn't stand still. It must be protected, fought for, practiced every day.
Let us...
Okay, you see those canvassers sitting on the front porch with the black lady with a pad that's a paper written, right? Registration. The canvassers get paid, folks. They get paid. George Soros has pumped the damn money in this damn state. Tom Steyer, Michael Bloomberg wants your damn guns. Tom Steyer wants your damn president impeached. And George Soros wants to pay people to canvass and put phony voter registrations in the mail to the Secretary of State. What the hell's wrong with us people that we haven't gotten up and countered this already in a massive push back by calling our friends and calling people we know? Not angry mob, not as angry as I am, but how come we're not pushing back on this? We can't sit still and let Gumby on Morning Joe and let George Soros and Tom Steyer and Michael Bloomberg and Pocahontas Elizabeth Warren and Kirsten Gillibrand and all these lefties come in here and Eric Holder with the new Democrat Party and take over the place. We can't do it. The canvassers, there's 17 of those canvassers under state investigation now. They are more interested in their money. They turn them in, they get paid. The New Georgia Project, I'll say it for the last time, created by Stacey Abrams to falsely, I say, God knows they probably got their lawyers suing my ass now. The New Georgia Project has Stacey Abrams created that would not support online registration because they don't want you to register online. They want you to do it paper ballot. Online will tell you immediately if you're not an exact match. And they have all these people canvassing, and all they care about is flooding the Secretary of State with these paper registrations that have to be gone through manually, put in, and checked out for authenticity, called exact match. It's a scam, folks. So every time you hear today in the state of Georgia 53,000 suppressed votes, I call the flag BS. 53,000, no it's not. It's the biggest hoax played on the people of Georgia. Paid protesters, paid canvassers, paid, and you're going to let George Soros come in here and do it? I don't think so. I'm not. So the last word on this today, and there'll be more tomorrow, find out. Go to Kemp's campaign. Find out how you can do phone banking from your house. Find out how you can get to talk to your neighbors. Find out how you can help this campaign, or this kind of stuff is what you're going to end up running the state of Georgia. I got to take a brief break. I got to wind it down. I got another. We might run a little over 10, so do not leave if you plan to leave at 10. We're going to take a break. I don't want the long break, just short, just enough to drink some water. Come back and go over a couple things that I had laid out today that I don't want to leave without talking about.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia: LJ, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today. Okay, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP, and let me let you know that the text messages with the image of a pair of Red Sox is not funny. So for several of you out there that continue to send me Red Sox messages, okay, that's okay. Your day will come, all right? All right, let's just go with number 1. Let's go down the line, how I've named them. Presidential leadership in times of crisis. Times of crisis. Now, there's no way that you could say, I told you yesterday, right? I said, watch this. They will have Gilliam. He is the Democrat candidate for governor, and you've got DeSantis, the Republican candidate for governor, and you've got Rick Scott, that is the governor, and then you've got the people that are down there prepared for Hurricane Michael to turn it into whatever disaster they can create. They are the disaster advance team. You see, they get down there, they get satellite trucks. We are the media disaster advance team. We're going to create a disaster no matter what happens, okay? So, and we here at this network are not making light at all of the devastation of the hurricane, but we are not going to spin it into a political move. And last night, the President of the United States, and they lie. In Erie, Pennsylvania, the place was packed. It was packed. President was up there for the governor candidate, his friend Lou Bartoletta, that's running against Bob Casey Jr., which I hope the people of Pennsylvania will vote Bob Casey Jr. out. I hope they get rid of him. But anyhow, he was up there campaigning for them. There were thousands. There's pictures of thousands waiting outside. But the media is trying to turn that. Now watch what's happening. They call it presidential leadership in times of crisis, okay? And MSNBC, let's go to number 2. They're bringing all the big guns this morning. There's our Thrill on the Hill. What's his name? I forget his name. Presidential leadership in time of crisis. I'm just showing you the way they go about it. Then who else did they bring on? Well, now let's go to number 3. They had Jeb Bush on, and if you look, this is 6 a.m. This is the lead. This is the lead story. 6 a.m. Jeb Bush is on with them, okay? Because they wanted to talk to Jeb Bush about being presidential during a time of crisis and how you should not campaign during a time of crisis. So they wanted to, they're just pounding down on President Donald Trump because Trump has well-qualified people handling the situation. But man, he did a campaign rally in a time of crisis, okay? Now, I'm going to run through here because it all goes together, and we will get back to it in a minute. Let's see. All right, I want to do this. Let's go to, and it's not jumping around, folks. It's just, I want to go through. Since the Kavanaugh, the Democrats are really worried. Let's go to number 6. That's why Stacey Abrams, they're doing anything they can. That's why the voter purge story came out. Number 6, Martha McSally is now up in Arizona 47-41 against Kristen Sinema, whatever her name is. Kristen Sinema, okay? Kristen Sinema did have a lead before, all right? She did have a lead at one time, but now Martha McSally is up. Let's look at number 7. Number 7, Trump holds 200. There's Gumby again. Trump holds 250. Now, they spent 30 minutes. If you'll look in the right corner, it's 5:17. It's actually 6:17. They spent 30 minutes on Trump and the storm. Trump holds $250,000 campaign fundraiser as the storm hits in Pensacola there. Okay, let's go to number 8, and let me explain this. This is from Politico. This is on MSNBC. They were loving that. Fox News drops Trump rallies over rating slump. They did not. They did not. Okay? Now, I don't know. I haven't had time, but watch when the facts come out. Fox News has learned, okay, that their online streaming was carrying about as many viewers as the network. Now you can, all right, they want you to believe that the enthusiasm by voters for Trump is in a slump. Well, let's look at it like this. Trump is going to do a rally every single night. So not everybody's going to be home every single night, okay? And Fox can actually run their programming and run their stream and get two things. More people, what Fox is learning is more people are streaming. If you go to YouTube, you will find about 6 outlets that completely stream every single one of these. And Fox caught on to that. I've watched the last 3. I didn't watch off the Fox stream. So Fox News drops Trump rallies over rating slump. It's not exactly true. Well, then again, it's the media, so it's never exactly true. But they're trying to make, let's go to number 9. Fox News drops Trump rallies over rating slump. Okay, no. Here it is. Number 10. Trump campaign rallies plunge. They plunge. Politico assessment of Nielsen ratings. Nielsen ratings. Politico assessment, a left-leaning lefty of Nielsen ratings. Nielsen, if you want to get into time, we don't have time. You can't break it up. They don't know who the hell's watching anything anymore. They don't. I mean, I don't have cable. I don't have cable. I don't have satellite. I'm 100% online. I watch everyone. I have never went in, turned on the TV, okay, and tuned into Fox, CNN, or anything to watch Trump. It may start at 8 o'clock. I might not get home at 8:20. I go to YouTube. I put it on the big screen, go to YouTube, and then I put it back at the beginning so I can watch the whole thing. It's the world we're living in, and they are going to do anything to try to manipulate what you think out there. Nielsen can't keep track of anything we're watching anymore. Don't believe it. 2017, over 4 million viewers. 2018, 2.5 to 3.5 million viewers. Nielsen ratings. No! The people that want to watch, which is me, and not everybody does, they've switched. Number 11. Trump no longer ratings gold, loses his primetime spot on Fox News from Politico. Not true, folks. Absolutely not true. Period. They know they're trying to suppress the viewership just like they're trying to suppress the vote. This is the way they're trying to suppress the vote. Here's what they don't like. They don't like the fact that when Fox News does or when anybody does a live rally in Erie, Pennsylvania, the people in Arizona watch. They don't like that the people out in Indiana watch. So Trump does a campaign rally every night that the nation sees, and they're trying to suppress that vote in every way they can. All right? They know that. But Trump has not gone and done a rally yet that's not packed. This guy's gone to Iowa. He has gone everywhere. He's gone to Pennsylvania. He went to Minnesota. He went to Minnesota. Right. Packed the place. People outside. Lies and more lies just to suppress the vote. Go to 13. Trump deflects on campaigning over storm response. Claims without evidence, supporters lined up out all night. Go to Instagram, go to Trump's Instagram, and just call him a flat-out liar, the pictures of the people that are swarmed outside, okay, waiting. They line up for hours. They drive. They get motel rooms, you jackass, Gumby-looking whatever I want to call you next. They drive. Erie, Pennsylvania, they drive for 2-3 hours. They get a motel room the night before. Motels are packed. Why don't you take a minute and find out around Erie how many motels packed out because of Trump rally? How many people paid hotel motel tax? What a surge it was in the economy because everybody went to Denny's for a Grand Slam breakfast before they got in line. But no, you jackasses will not report that. We're not over with, Josh. Trump at number 14. I just bring it, see, Trump deflects from campaigning over storm response. Chicago Times, number 15. Trump campaigns in Pennsylvania as Hurricane Michael pounds Florida. And here is, they did the, let's go to 16. They went to global warming. That was 16. Yes, they did a segment, on global warming, and they got Steve Ratner in there to do the billions of dollars, and look what it cost, and look at the weather report. And let's close today. I'm nowhere near finished, but let's close today with two more. MSNBC, let me put it like this, MSNBC, CNN, they're all send their advanced disaster teams. They get these little scrawny kids that their eyeglasses are much bigger than their friggin' head, okay? And they get these little scrawny kids that need a damn sandwich or something, and they put them in rain gear, and they get them duck boots, and they send them down south and say, hold the microphone and just let the people see the wind and the rain going by and saying it's hard to stand up. That's your assignment. Well, these little Poindexters go down there, and it takes a real man. I'm sorry, I said real man, and my God, the world will blow up. But they go down there in the advanced disaster teams, and here is my 2 pictures of the day. Let me go to 18. See the guy in the yellow? Go to 18. Guy in the yellow is about to be blown away. Little MSNBC reporter Poindexter. The guy to the right that you can barely see is saving his bacon. Sorry, all my Muslim viewers. Saving him. And there's number 17. Okay, he's getting him over there to a pole. All right, to try to get him to hold on to something. The man of the hour, Jim. What's his name, Josh? Why did I forget it? That's right, baby. Jim Cantori right there to save the day for the little Poindexter MSNBC reporter. We've been through it all today, folks. Let's try it again tomorrow, Thursday morning, right here on FYNTV.com. Stay tuned for instant replay. North Georgia's only sports show here with Dave Garner right after these messages. I'll be back tomorrow morning. My phone number is 706-889-9700 if you want to help with getting information out. Hey, maybe you might want your own damn show. I don't know, but you can't say that on the air. But maybe you want a show. Maybe you want to be involved with FYNTV.com. Maybe you want to come on board. Maybe you want to send us research. How can you help? Email me, chief@fetchernews.com. I'm out of here. I'll be back tomorrow morning.